and I really want to know, which one do you gravitate towards? This is much more so going to be a conversation about like just opinions. Individuals, which one do you gravitate towards? That's all I want to know. That's all this conversation is about. So we know our niche fragrances, Parfums de Marley's, our Amouage, hell, even Mind Games. Niche. All they do is cover, all they talk about and all they cover are fragrances. They don't make no clothes, they don't make no jewelry. All they do is fragrances. Hell, Eldo might be a daggone, Eldo might be a niche. Then you got the designers, of course, the things that you can get at your mall, your YSLs. Most of the time, your designers have like some type of big corporate backing. So your YSLs, your Chanel's, your Dior's, your Dolce & Gabbana's, John Barbados, Big Paco Rabanne. Yeah, those are going to be your designers. And then your indies, going to be things like Heads Parfums, you know what I'm saying? Nazar Fragrances from the Oiled Up line. This might be my scent of the day. Yeah. Those are indies are mostly going to be fragrances where it's like it's just one person backing the whole thing. It's not a big corporation. One person is normally making fragrance themselves, they're normally packaging it. Them like it's very much individualized. Let's talk. Which one out of the three do y'all normally gravitate to? Now I'm going to start off with designers. If I had to go off of this list right now, out of these three, I definitely would say I would be considered a designer whore when it comes to fragrances. Like, I love me some designer fragrances. But the thing is, there is a couple of things to like about them. One, easy access, because you can go to the mall and sample them. You don't have to wait for anything. You can just spray on and go. Two, they're very likable, bro. It's rare that designer fragrances, especially the ones like the big retail designer fragrances, it's rare that they do something that's outside of the bubble. You know what I'm saying? They try to do the best in giving you mass appealing fragrances that are easy to wear, easy to like, and that can garner you compliments. You gotta enjoy that aspect of things. Niche fragrances, I think sometimes, and this could be the case with niche and indie, and I think Dakota said it earlier. Sometimes niche and indie brands think they got too much dip on their chip. Right, especially when it comes to indie brand. I saw somebody that just released a brand, just started a brand, and they talking about $200 for 50 ml. And this was on Facebook, I think it was. And my thing is, how is it that you, as an indie, can come out and try to command your ask for so much without even doing any marketing? If it wasn't for me logging into Facebook today, I wouldn't have seen it, because it's not on YouTube, it's not on TikTok, it's not on Instagram. So you don't really have the social pushing that could really allow you to elevate yourself or even command that type of price. Sometimes I think the indies do get a little bit too much dip on their chip. And that's where, when it comes to all three of these, I'm curious as to know the grade of oils or concentrations that are being used. Because for you to be somebody that's an indie brand coming out and you're asking $200 for a 50 ml, I'm expecting you to have amazing quality. Like, your quality needs to be up there with the private blends, all these other things. Like, your quality needs to blow designers out of the water. And designer is already a pretty safe quality fragrance to have already. So when it comes to indies asking for this price tag, the only thing that I can see the prices that are outrageous being justified is because they're using top quality fragrance oils or concentrations. And with them being a part of that business, now they have that network background to where they can actually see, okay, well, a grade A oil is this because the grade C oil doesn't have this, and this. Now, this is what separates it. This is why I can justify my price being this much, because I'm not using an oil or a concentration that you can get in a Latapa or a Moth. You can't even get this shit in a designer. You have to go above. You almost have to go to the source itself to get this. I don't know if that's accurate, but that's the only thing that I can see justifying that $200 price tag for something that's new. Hell, even niche fragrances, and it's something that I think the niche has been gotten better with. Whereas when they have fragrances, they don't mind sending them to discounters because they know that it's not too many people that's gonna go to their actual website and buy a fragrance. I'm sorry, but I don't know too many people that goes to actual Parfums de Marly website to buy a bottle of Leighton Exclusive Hautane. I've never heard of it. People that want to buy Parfums de Marly are mostly fragrance enthusiasts, and they know exactly where to go. We can go to Perfume Buy. We can go to Joma Shop. It's so many websites. Gift Express. It's so many websites that we have out here now to where you don't have to go to the direct. You don't have to go directly to the brand itself. You can go to one of the discounters, and I think that's what's kind of helped niche brands get themselves out there a lot more instead of just being tied down to their one singular network of their own website. Let's see. Oh shit, wow, I done messed up some stuff. My fault, y'all. Recently sprayed vintage radio and it's way better than it initially was. The Palo Santo popped off my skin. That's what's up. Okay, here we go. I go towards artisan indie. People are making experiences that will blow your mind, and I found companies that will do 30 ml bottles for $30. Hit me up, fam. Let me know some of those, because that's what. There are some artisan or artistry brands. Like I have this one. It's like an Italian brand. They make a 30 ml. It's nice, man. It's not, but it's very much so a unique fragrance. It's not something that's mass appeal. I don't know if I would consider this one indie. I think this is more so niche, but like this right here, this is an affordable brand. I want to say affordable niche brand is that, but this is also one of those niche brands that lean to the artistry side of things. It's not mass appealing. I like it, but it definitely leans a little bit more artistry. This is the type of brand that I would like to think when we're speaking of like artistry or brands that focus more so on the artisan side of things, that's more so what I think about. And then that one does have like a little bit of like a European background to it too. So yeah. All right, number 1, niche. Number 2, indie. Number 3, designer. I need to know, why do you have designers in number 3? That's what I'm curious. I'm not questioning it. I'm just curious as a thought process. Because for me, out of this whole thing, it would be designer 1, niche 2, indie 3. And I say indie 3 just because I really don't have the most experience with too many indie fragrances. I much more so have it on the designer and niche side of things. I mess with them all. Natif Perfumes has some hitters. Indie house out of Louisiana. Okay. I need to check that one out. Natif Fragrances. I need to check that one out. 50% oil concentration, in my opinion, just sits closer to the skin. Hey, I'm telling you, man, look. Y'all want to get some high oil concentration, that Oil Depth collection from Nazar. Thick. Peanut butter thick. Shit, crazy. Also, someone who works with taxes, indies may have to charge those prices from a business standpoint because of what they have to pay to run a business on their own. I can see that. And then if they might have to, oh man, then you gotta think about it too. In today's times, what if they have to pay like tariffs because they're getting their oils from overseas? You know what I'm saying? That's something that I didn't even think about that till just now. Was that indie house new or trying to introduce themselves to the Western consumers? Which one? Art and fragrance vibes. Let me know which one you're talking about. I have not one idea which one you're talking about, fam. I have not a single idea. But man, I just wanted to ask that because for me, I do think that all three of them have its place. And then, if you notice, we've had waves of all three. Like, we had the waves of the design. Well, not even wave of designer, because designers have always been there. But then we had that niche time to where it almost created like some type of exclusivity to it, making it seem exclusive to have this Parfums de Marly, this Amouage. That's where niche did their real good job. And then indie, I think the indie is going to be something that in the future is going to have a much bigger place and a much bigger mantle than what it currently has. Because right now, it's a lot of confusion when it comes to the indie side of things. Like, we have so many, like I know like City Rhythm, that's a brand that I want to try. I want to try that brand so bad, fam. I just can't see myself paying those prices for one fragrance, whereas that price I can get 6 of my affordable clone company fragrances, and that'll do more for the channel compared to the personal liking of me just wanting to get CD Rhythm for my personal self. So that's kind of where I struggle with that at. But I definitely appreciate y'all insight and opinions on what y'all think, which one you prefer more and which one you like, because again, it's getting to a point to where I can see indie being a little bit more popular and somewhat taking over in a few years, somewhat like how the Latifahs and the Middle Eastern companies are taking over now. That's the main thing that has a storm now. I can see it soon going to a point to where indie, I don't know how, but indie is going to make their way into the market, and it's really going to be something that a lot of people look into. So